I've been procrastinating for over 2 hours for hitting this button and starting this video, but I'm doing it right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can probably hear from my voice, sickness has hit our house once again. I no longer feel like crap, but I still sound like it. However, my house, we've been doing just what we can to get through it because it's gone through 4 of the 5 kids. Luckily, it didn't get everybody, including my husband. So we've been able to do as best as we can. But like even last night, we didn't even do the dinner dishes. We didn't do this morning's breakfast dishes. So I've got both of those waiting for me. Just some random things to get done around the house, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me and just spend the day and get it all done. That right there is what had me so distracted and not wanting to get up this morning, was just to sit on the couch and watch more Big Bang Theory. My husband and I recently just completely went all the way through Young Sheldon, and the new season comes out in like 3 weeks or 2 weeks, something like that. But either way, watching all the Young Sheldon made me want to go back and watch this, and then I didn't feel like getting up, but that was my distraction. But I can't continue. So that's going off, and I'm actually gonna put on music and just get rolling. The state of the kitchen, it's not appalling. It's just mostly big dishes. Like that's 2 things from the air fryer and a pan, and then, you know, cups and stuff. But like the kids' toys and papers, I do have to clean that up. I do have my water cup. My daughter's little figurines. She's actually keeping them organized and in the bag. So excited about that. I'm honestly not even sure why her bag of figurines was out here, but all this artwork, we have so much around the house every single day. Normally it's on the dining room table, and then Declan's pretty good about putting it away some days, but not every day. So usually I am cleaning up art, as well as my dishwasher goes at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. My kids, I've got 5 of them, we do dishes very, very frequently. So missing a day like I did last night is really hard for us. I got it down to all the hand wash stuff. I've got the hot water still running so it stays hot. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, why is my hand wet? There's no noticeable hole, but my daughter, my youngest Gwen, she wanted to wash dishes yesterday and put these on, but there's definitely a hole. Like, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there it is, the wetness on my hand. Another pair of gloves ruined. Yes, I'm using the ruined gloves, and it does bother me. I do not like when water gets in my gloves, and I threw these away when I was done washing, but I didn't have a backup pair. I've got to pick up a new set, so I'm using them anyways, and I don't care. The cat, I'm trying to get her to drink her water bowl. She likes to come over when the water's running and play in it, but I have it on hot water right now, so I was trying to either get her to be distracted by her water bowl or just get off the counter. All the hand wash is done. So that's a positive. Now, over here is what I need to desperately do. You guys know when my husband cooks, he's a mess. He made homemade burgers last night. The grease marks on my glass top. And they go all the way around. So that needs to be addressed. But first things first, I gotta get Gwen. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go get Gwen, bring her home, get her settled, and then I will pick right back up where I left off with all the cleaning. And I totally forgot that I want to do some Valentine's Day stuff in this video because Valentine's Day is like 2 weeks away and I haven't even put up any of my decorations. I don't go crazy. I have very few things. I mostly just do the front entry table down that hallway and then like a little stuff in the kitchen. Nothing too big, but I also have a Valentine's Day treat for you guys. Gwen's home, she's watching cartoons and she's happy. I'm gonna work on this, and then I was gonna wipe down the countertops and I completely forgot about this thing right here. I need your help to know what I can do with this bowl. Yes, it looks like a really good mixing bowl, or even possibly like baking with it. I don't know. This was my great grandmother's. My mom just got back from Tennessee visiting her mom, my grandma, and she said that this had to come to me, that I had to take it, and I don't know what to do with it. I will probably die if it breaks, just like I know my grandmother would. So I don't know what to do. I don't really want to store it away in a box and just pretend it never happened, but I don't want my kids to break it either. So what would you do with this? I did get very curious and I went online and looked up to see if I could find the bowl, and I was Googling early 20th century glass bowls and then glass bowls with roses and all kinds of stuff, and I actually found the bowl. This is on someone's Etsy page. I don't know why they're selling it on Etsy, but it says that it's a vintage Kig Indonesia clear glass roses embossed bowl. I don't know. All I know is it's like from the 1920s, maybe 1930s. Before I cut you back to voiceover and music and stuff, what I'm using on the glass top, in case I forget, is some Dawn Power Wash. Do this, rinse it down, scrub it, get all the grease off, and then I'm just gonna go in with some standard cooktop cleaner. I've cleaned my glass stovetop a lot of different ways over the years, and it all depends on what was cooked on it and how bad things are stuck to it as to what I will use. I was in love with that power paste, but I hate spending $10 a jar, and I've used the pink stuff on it. It's not fully necessary though, as long as you have something to pull any grease off if there's grease. And then like this right here is made for glass tops. This is kind of to buff out any of the little extra, scratches or things that are on it. So every now and then I will do this, but usually I only have to do this step maybe once a month or twice a month. Otherwise, just cleaning it off with some good degreaser or Dawn, like soapy Dawn water, does the trick. And then every now and then, like I'll spray it with the Sprayway glass cleaner, or even clean it with whatever I'm cleaning the countertops with, and use my little scraper razor, and that takes care of whatever's going on with my glass top. And then this right here is the peony scent for the Mrs. Meyer's. That is one of my absolute favorite smells. I will use all year long except for holiday time. My garage bins are not organized at all, so I did what I could find, and it's not a whole lot, but again, I don't do a whole lot for Valentine's Day, and I only do it for like the first few days before February, and then right to Valentine's Day, and then I take it down. But like these go in little plants. These need to get like cleaned up. This right here, I think I'm gonna put in front of the TV this year. Just some towels, dining room. This needs to be cleaned. Those are trays for just fun stuff that I bake for the kids. And then this is for the front door. Nothing too major. Even though I'm not doing a whole lot in this video for Valentine's Day, and I never really do, my kids were all at school except for Gwen. As soon as they came home from school, they were so excited to see just a few little fun things everywhere, and then they saw I also had the Valentine's Day treat ready for them. It was just so wonderful. This is why I do the things that I do, because my kids absolutely love it, and I want to give them the best childhood I can while I can. But nothing I do around my home is crazy expensive. I don't like that, and I really don't like a whole lot of overly breakable, sentimental stuff around my house, because I want my kids to be able to live in their home. I don't have a magazine Pinterest home that belongs in the Home and Gardens magazine. I don't have that. That's not what I want. I want a very realistic, relatable home and family, and that's really what I hope you guys can find at my channel. Like, I left this entire scene here with the banner because I put it on backwards, and that's what I'm doing right now, is fixing it. I didn't even think about checking to see if it had a front and a back side. I'm human, I make mistakes, and we all roll the punches, and we can do that together over here. Couple issues already. I have to change the length of this string for the peephole, so I'll do that in a minute. I kind of like it, I kind of don't. I don't know if maybe I should keep the sign and like the little pot over here. This is actually, you can either burn wax in there or you could put a candle on it. I found that at Aldi a couple weeks ago. But I don't know if I should put those two together and the heart with the flowers. That way you can actually see that it's a heart. I can't decide. I'll probably play with that 1,000 times. And I didn't know I didn't even think about it having a front and a back. So I put it on backwards at first, but I like it. It's pretty. This, I have no idea where I'm gonna put it, if I'm gonna use it, or if I'm gonna take the strings out and put the hearts on my kid's door and write like little messages on it or something. I don't really know, because this I did not like in front of the TV, and I don't know where else I would put it, so this I'm still unsure about. You may hear Gwenny singing in the background. She's watching her show, but I don't think I'm actually gonna put a centerpiece there for Valentine's Day and just see how it goes before I put the spring one with the bunnies and everything. I think I'm gonna leave it for Valentine's Day and just have it open and functional for a little while longer, but I do have Valentine's Day all back through there, which is nice, and I left that counter alone. And yes, I've had someone comment, I do allow my cats on the counter, but I clean them daily and meticulously, so no, I'm not bothered by it. And if you go in on TikTok, there's an account called How Dirty Is It? Might be How Dirty Is It or How Dirty It Is. It's one of the two. I've tagged them before, I've talked to them before. They take those little medical swabs and they've tested the cat's paws, the nose, the mouth, everything, and they've seen, you know, how much bacteria grows in the little petri dishes. The cat paws are fine. So for anybody freaking out about cats on my countertops, it's fine. And they're mostly on that one way back there because I have to feed them on the counters and give them their water on the counters because you know I have 2 dogs and they're buttholes and they eat their food and drink their water in 30 seconds flat. Yeah, one of them right there, sleeping on the couch. I completely forgot I have heart-shaped pillows, so I'm gonna go get those real quick. I actually have 3 Valentine's Day pillows I completely forgot I had, so now I gotta figure out what's staying and what's going for all of 2 weeks. Obviously Mako's in the way, but I don't like it because the 2 reds are too different. I don't know, man. I found my only other options. Gray, to match the gray throw pillows, or this pink and reddish color plaid. Okay, hi buddy, you get to try another blankie. Let me see. No, I don't really like that at all. Okay. Another blankie. It doesn't pull in any extra color, but I think that's the best option. Gray blanket over there, white over here. Either way, it's fine. Let's move on to the actual treat that I talked about for Valentine's Day. I'm just gonna use some chocolate chip cookie mix. You can make it from scratch. You can use the little refrigerated ones or one of these bags. That's what I'm going to do. 1 egg and then a softened stick of butter, and I'll mix that up in a minute with you guys. But I'm going to turn it into Valentine's Day cookie bars. The first thing I will do whenever I'm doing any of these little pouch ones though, I will put the butter and the egg, wait Gwenny. I will put the butter and an egg in first and kind of mix it around and together before I put that in, otherwise it's too hard to mix it. Apparently I've lost, and Gwen wants to do this, which is perfectly fine. But like I said,
Can you do butter for me, then I mix?
You see how, even with it being completely softened, how hard it is to mix? I just kind of get that combined first. She is having a lot of fun, and it still will not mix all the way unless you put this in a stand mixer or you do this with like a whisk. So don't think it's gonna be all nice and smooth unless those are what you're doing. But then just take the entire package and pour it in your bowl. This is a 13 by 9. If you wanna use like a 9 by 9 or an 8 by 8, you can do that. It's just gonna be a lot thicker, but that is on your discretion. But put all of the dough, if it'll go, into the pan. The bars are all the way spread edge to edge. Mine are gonna be on the little bit thinner side, but like I said, if you want them thick, just use a smaller pan like a 9 by 9. These are just some little tiny heart sprinkles. Put them all over the top. Then some Valentine's Day M&Ms, just kind of put those wherever you want them to. These are for the top. I'm gonna treat these almost like a peanut butter blossom and put this on as soon as this comes out of the oven while it's hot, because I don't wanna risk the cookie cooking over the heart and then you don't see it. Or you could put these on right now. That would be your choice. I'm waiting. Bake this at 350 for about 25-30 minutes, but test it, clean toothpick or knife, it's done. This was 25 minutes. As soon as it comes out of the oven, that's when you're gonna wanna take your little chocolates and push them into the top. I'm gonna go kind of where I would be cutting them into pieces. So I've got 12 of the chocolate hearts. And I'm gonna cut this into 12 cookie bars. Beautiful. But only push down the one time when you start pushing it, because you see how this one right here has the melted push out. I pushed it down a little bit further because it was still sticking up a little too tall. They are already melting really, really quick, so just don't do that. Leave them like this and then let the cookie bars cool before you cut them. Move into dinner, and I like easy, fast dinners. It's been cold recently. My kids love grilled cheese and tomato soup, so I found a really, really good shortcut to like a creamy tomato soup. That's what I'm making. I made on the channel before. It's like really, really easy. It's all of 3 ingredients. Any pasta sauce that you like. Chicken broth, I always do reduced sodium. And then it's supposed to be heavy cream. I'm out, but I have half and half, so I'm gonna make that work. But literally just the 3 of those together and mix it up and heat it up, and then it's good. I want you to know there is a cutting board here. I'm not doing this on my countertop. But to go with the grilled cheese and tomato soup, for anybody that doesn't want grilled cheese, because a few of my kids don't like it, I'm going to make some heart-shaped little pizzas and dunk it in the sauce. So there's not gonna be any sauce on these. I'll show you what I mean. I have the really large tortillas, and I have this size heart, and one much bigger. So I'm just gonna use this one and try and get as many as I can out of each tortilla so there's no extra waste. This is gonna be for pepperoni. I've got all the tortilla hearts done. What I was hoping to be able to do was do the cookie cutter on the cheese, but even as a full block, it just would not fit. That would make this a lot easier if you could cookie cut your cheese to fit onto these. So if you had like the slices of cheese, that would make this so much better and a lot more seamless. So keep on to that. But now I'm gonna have to grate the cheese and use shredded grated cheese. Tortillas are on a pan, and then just take the cheese and put on top. Try to keep it completely on the tortilla. That way you don't lose your shape. Onto the pepperoni. I wish I had a smaller heart and one that was a little bit more defined, because when I cut these, it has more of a, and I fling it, has more of a rounded little spot here that you could barely tell is a heart. So every now and then when I'm doing this, I will cut that into a little bit more of a V, just so it looks more clearly like a heart. When I flung the cookie cutter, I bent it, so I had to do all the rest of them by hand, so I did different sizes and everything, but the ones by hand look a lot better anyways, so I'm good. These are going in a 425 degree oven, 5 minutes. This right here is why I said it'd be better if you cut the cheese to match, because then even if it cooks over, it'll still cook over into the heart shape. So these are a little messy, but they're still cute and it gets the point across. I love the gigantic cutting board because I can cover it with the grilled cheese bread while I'm buttering it. Yes, we do use the American singles for grilled cheese. That is just what my kids prefer. So that is what we use, and buttered on the outside and then just toast it. I say toast it, but it's going on my big griddle. I got this one, it was like the extra large size or something. What is it? That brand right there, Presto. It fits, I think, 8 grilled cheeses across this sucker. It is awesome. Beautiful grilled cheeses. I love this griddle, especially for like pancakes or something like that for breakfast time. It just makes life so easy. I want a Blackstone, but this will do for now. I love it. There's the tomato soup, but these came out so cute on the heart plate, and then what they're for is you dunk in that and you eat it, but I think they came out so good. Dinner is over. This I've already cleaned because I like to do that while it's hot. Finished loading everything into the dishwasher. I'm gonna go ahead and get that started in a second, but it's loud, so I'm gonna wait on that. And then I put everything that's hand wash only in this sink, so that can sit for a few minutes till I'm actually ready. And now I get to cut those finally. I had them on a cooling rack to hopefully help them cool off a little bit faster. And I'm really, really, really hoping they don't stick. I'm afraid they're going to, even though I sprayed the pan. I thought I used a decent amount of cooking spray. Clearly I did not. They stuck really, really bad. So if you think you put enough spray, put a little extra. But they did come out really, really cute. Just look at those, they're adorable. Cup of water, all of the cookies over here, candle, and a love story. I mean, it's almost February, why not? I jumped down the rabbit hole of all these types of movies this time of year. If you know what this one is just in this opening scene, you're probably about as bad with these little love story movies as I am. Well, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna watch that movie. I have this basket of clothes to fold. Sometimes overnight, I will put a delayed cycle on the washing machine so that way I could switch it to the dryer while I'm getting the kids ready for school, and then just fold it early in the day and get it knocked out with. Well, I moved it to the dryer, but then didn't do anything with it. Now I have to fold it. But other than that, I'm done. I want to enjoy my movie and wait for my husband to get home. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, thumbs up. That helps my channel. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.